Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Rizzo. I am bringing you the second episode here of our captain interviews with the second team up on the block tonight, the Divine Discharge.
Charge!
Yep, captained by the ever-present Jolts of Energy and Zero. Go ahead and introduce yourself, guys.
Well, I'm Jolts, for those who don't know me. I've been a pretty mainstay at WBF. I did the team tour there. That was also the Divine Discharge, and I'm brought it back for the PWS.
I'm Zero. I'm a new kid on the block, but I've known Jolts here for, I think, 4 years now. So I'm ready to have a perfect record with him.
Perfect record in what way, though? Like 7-0, like never dropping a game.
We're never dropping a single mom, Chris.
That's right.
A single mom.
Every single game is a 6-0.
6-0s from here on out. Oh man, I'm looking forward to it. That's going to be great. We were so one of the things that we had talked about with the Spanish Inquisition is how I'm going to rig their week 1 match against Ollie's team because they were the KHDPL finalists teams. They were on opposite teams, right? So I'm all about the bad blood matchup. So Jolts, if you had to pick one, who was your bad blood matchup of the teams?
Is Techno still the captain?
Yeah, the bakery.
Yeah, sure. Put me up against Techno. Why not?
There we go. Okay, we'll have to see if that winds up actually happening. Because we're of course totally against rigging of any kind in the Pokémon World Series. Of course.
You would ever rig matchups.
Yeah, I don't know. But all right. Well, hey, you guys know each other for, you said, years now. So how did you meet? How do you know each other?
Well, in the days of old.
Do you remember monotype leagues, Chris? Do you remember those?
I don't. I can't see I ever participated in one because they're pretty bad.
They were really popular on side servers back in the day.
We're not talking draft leagues, by the way. We're just like there were servers where like everybody makes like their own Pokemon league, let's say, with their own gym leaders. Everybody's monotype. Everybody has their type. Those are gym leaders. Those are the Elite Four, whatever.
Oh, like gym leaders. Okay, yeah, no, I get that.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, they have these league versus league things where you play monotype versus each other, like your type versus their type, and all that. And just the idea was also you have league challenges. People come in, they try to beat all the gym leaders and get to the Elite Four and then beat the champion, whatever. So, and they were just a bunch of league back in the day. They kind of dropped out of favor, but
that's
they're pretty much dead now. They were. I mean, I would say their peak was like 2015-ish.
Oh wow! And that's you guys happened to meet each other in one of those servers and stuck.
Yeah, we met each other sort of as they were falling out of favor. We were both in the Imperium League.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think both of us were in like different leagues before, and then we ended up in Imperium at some point. Like I knew a bunch of people there, and I knew Zero there too, and then. Suddenly, at some point, I just saw him in WBF or saw him somewhere else online, and hey, is that the same Zero from back then?
Yeah, I go through that so much now when I see people from like Gen 6 and early Gen 7 monotype. I'm like, wow, that person still exists. And you know what? There's another guy who plays in APA with the tag Zero, except it's like Zero with an O and then a 0. And I've known him since 2014, and we have been confused for each other for 6 years, and it shows no sign of stopping.
Well, it's only going to change when you change your name to ZERO0. Whoever gets the longer name is the one that the guys.
I can't admit defeat like that.
Okay.
You sound crazy right now, Rich. You sound crazy.
I always sound crazy. I want to say that that first interaction you guys had was in PGP. Were you playing for another league, Zero? Or were you in the server, maybe?
No.
No?
Are you sure it's not the other Zero?
No, that wasn't Zero. That was somebody else.
Oh, man. It might have been the other Zero. That'd be funny.
Dude, too many edgy nerds with my tag. Come on.
Yeah.
At least you have the code G as profile pic, so it's at least...
That's right.
I'm Mr. Zero, whatever,
Named after the goat.
Oh, is that who that is? I'm not familiar with the character.
Yeah, it's the protagonist of Code Geass. His alias is Zero.
Ah.
Not spelled with a zero, but I felt like being a little extra edgy, so here we are.
Yeah. XXX0 XXX.
Yeah, it's a product of me when I was 13, so these things happen.
As you do, yeah. I've still got my, it's like my Snorlax 100,072 email address from when I was like 5. Or whatever it was. God, from forever ago. Anyway, moving on from my age, you guys are captaining one of the teams, and obviously you've been doing team tryouts in your server. We've had about 3 weeks or so now to sort of see who's invested, who's good. What do you guys find so far? You got any hidden gems you want to tell me about, or just how tryouts have been going in general?
So we didn't make tryouts mandatory or anything. We just had like, we did some stuff. We have like one channel where people can just put their best replays they want to show us. We have one channel where people can just show off their accomplishments. Like, I won this league, I was top so in this league, whatever. And then we do the tryouts. Like, for people who want to prove themselves, like, again, this is purely voluntary. Only those that feel like they might not be known enough and they want to show themselves off. We had tryouts for those. So it's Zero and I tested some people. We brought up some other people, especially some of the old Discharge members who also helped test, especially with VGC, because neither Zero or I are any good at that.
Yeah, speaking of VGC, I came into this, like, kind of thinking that there would only be, like, a little bit of interest, but there is, like, a ton of interest in VGC. I was honestly surprised.
Well, are you familiar at all with the format, like, in a larger scale? Like, how popular VGC is to Pokemon in general?
I'm a filthy singles player, right? Who's been playing singles for 8 years and has had no desire to play doubles the entire time. So, right, I had that mode of thought the entire past 8 years, and now I'm discovering that a lot of people in who are primarily singles players also really like doubles.
Well, and I think it's important to note too that it's not quite doubles that we're talking about. Like, doubles and VGC are just so wildly different. There were a solid chunk of people who didn't play in KHDPL because it was 6v6 doubles and not VGC. I think that there's this idea that doubles is the format of cheese. Like, whoever brings their stronger sort of turn one setup option, like, that's who wins more often than not, and just on matchup essentially who wins in doubles. But that doesn't necessarily translate to VGC, and I don't think people have given that enough credit yet, especially because Dynamax and Gigantamax is allowed, but it's not centralizing in that format. It's a strategic piece that changes, especially because you go from best of 1 to best of 3. So I'm excited for the format. I hope you guys are. It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I can see that. To me, I always thought VGC is just more popular because it's like it's a tournament format, right? So all the pros play VGC, so that it's most popular.
Yeah, that's definitely one part of it. It goes back to that best of 3 part that I was talking about. So, like, are you guys, so, like, Zero isn't a VGC guy at all. Do you dabble at all, Jolts?
Not really. I plan on I plan on recruiting somebody specifically for VGC. Because, yeah, this is not my expertise.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember when captain tryouts were out, Jolts actually slid into my DMs and he said, "Hey, do you know anybody who's good at VGC? I need a co-captain." And I couldn't find anybody, and I said, "Yo, I could just do it, but I'm also bad at VGC." So here we are.
Yeah, you guys are good. You're we're 2 out of 2 teams so far who are really looking for a strong VGC candidate. So I hope you're ready to open up your wallet.
A big bidding war. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Probably gonna be some wallet busters for VGC.
But for you guys who aren't super familiar with the format, I think one of the big sort of skill points that you have that doesn't necessarily translate, but kind of does. So, like, in a singles game, right? Like, you get to about mid-match, you've got a decent understanding of what the other person's team is, rather, and then how you sort of adjust mid-match to, like, the win cons you still have access to. That's one of the ways that people can sort of see a path to victory and act on it. how that translates to VGC is you have like a full match to where you see like, hey, this is 4 out of 6 of what this guy brought. These are the sets, whatever. How do I adjust from the first to the second match, or even from the second to the third match? And that adjustment is so pivotal to whether or not you've got a solid VGC guy or not. It's going to be hard, I think, at first for some of these more single-centric guys to sort of slide over into that slot if somebody doesn't get a VGC main. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm sorry, I'm kind of I'm rambling a little bit. I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately, the VGC interest seems pretty high, so we should be able to get somebody who wants to play VGC to play VGC.
Yeah, I'm happy we got some VGC testers, because I think out of all the testing, VGC got the most attention.
They definitely did.
We have a lot of options here.
Good. Well, I'm glad to hear that. What else are you guys thinking about the tour thus far?
I mean, it's hard to say because World hasn't started yet. I think when we first made the server and everybody got in, there was a lot of hype. It's died down a bit simply because nothing hasn't really happened. We're waiting still, but I'm still hyped for it.
Yeah, that's true. It's hard to sort of plan these things around the holidays.
Yeah, I see that.
But
yeah, I've had a very busy schedule the past month. So it is, I've been cramming a lot in there.
well, good. Yeah, are you like a college student, or are you working?
Yeah, I'm a senior in university. I've had finals and grad school applications. I had a surgery.
Oh my gosh, were you doing the surgery?
Busy couple weeks.
It sounds like it.
Yeah, I am very grateful for all the homies who stepped up to help us test. Partially because of that. It's a huge load off my mind.
For sure. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, do you have anything else you want to say to prospective candidates who might be listening to the podcast?
I have something actually.
Send it.
So I am sympathetic to the rookie cause because not too long ago I was the guy sliding shamelessly into captain DMs trying to convince them to draft me. So if you think that you can persuade me to draft you, by all means slide into my DMs. And if I like what I see and we have a spot, could be yours.
I agree with what he said. By all means, slide into Zero's DMs.
I've been sacrificed.
Yeah, Jolts he's the next tier of the Patreon up. Once you've impressed Zero, then you may get some FaceTime with the Ampharos man.
Yeah, there's a reason we're named the Divine Discharge, and it's because I'm Jolts' understudy.
Would you call yourself the...
There's a guy named Jolty8 who was in here who literally just made his name like Jolts' student or something.
Yeah, Jolts' apprentice.
Jolts' apprentice, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot who that is. I'd have to look after we get done, but somebody is very, very hopeful. You'll notice them.
Hey, you never know, man. You never know.
That's true. All right, cool. Well, hey, that about wraps it up for me then, unless you guys have anything else you'd like to say.
Let's just say there might be an old league that we might try to bring back with this. We'll see.
Oh, man. All right, cool.
Even apply yet?
Oh, I have no idea. I didn't check yet. I hope. There's still time. Let's check after this.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
I don't know what we're talking about.
It's fine. It's an in-joke.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right, guys, cool. Well, that wraps up the second coach interview here. Look forward to the other 8, hopefully, sometime later in the week. So thanks for being on the show, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Catch you later. Have a good one. Bye.
Discharge!